Up next on Popfuzion the Talk Show, Suzanne has an incredible comeback story.
Helping others overcome trauma. I've taken all of my pain and experiences through the loss of my arm at the age of 22.
Welcome back, you guys. I'm super excited to be joined by Suzan Nguyen. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. How are you, beautiful?
I'm doing fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful early morning today.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So for people who don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, your purpose, everything. You're just so amazing.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. So, hi everyone. My name is Suzan Nguyen. I live in Houston, Texas. Proud Houstonian. I am a published author of a book titled One Arm But Not Unarmed. I'm a happiness coach. I'm a TEDx speaker, and I recently formed my nonprofit by the name of Be Better Group, which we can talk about later, and also an entrepreneur.
So awesome. I mean, so many incredible titles. We're going to have a great chat today. Super excited. So let's start out with talking about, the pandemic and quarantine. Oh my gosh, it's been an incredible year, a lot of ups and downs. How have you been able to stay positive during quarantine?
You know what? May I say quarantine 15 right over here? I mean, holy moly, it's been tough. Right now, I am definitely trying to put more effort into self-love and self-care and retraining my brain to get back to eating healthy and working out. But in the beginning, it was tough. I'm sure for me, as for many of us, right? As I'm a speaker and had many speaking engagements lined up, they were all postponed. So I was in a rut. I was pretty emotional, but then I allowed myself to go through those emotions, take a step back, and remain grateful, right? There are so many insane things happening at this point in our lives and with the pandemic, but just remaining grateful, just realizing that everything is within due time. So although I'm not able to speak, I'm able to have these amazing interviews with you and a few other outlets, and really just focus on self-care, perfecting my message, so when the time is right, I can come back and be better than ever. Super excited. My main focuses through the pandemic is we're actually launching, my partner Patrick Hubbard, shout out to Patrick. We've been working on this phenomenal online class on helping others overcome trauma. I've taken all of my pain and experiences through the loss of my arm at the age of 22, and the class is professionally written, it's professionally filmed. So I've been laser focused on that, and we're so excited because that launches in a couple of weeks under Be Better University.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's super amazing. So you've been keeping super busy during quarantine, and you actually brought up my next question, with that tragic car accident that you endured, you overcame that not only mentally but physically. Like, what was life like after that? Having to not only recover from now having one arm and just mentally being able to recover from the fact that you almost lost your life. Like, what was that healing process like?
You know what? It wasn't easy. There are many, many times where I wanted to give up and throw in the towel. I talk about it in my book, but I landed up in jail, catching an assault case because I was so angry, and I was going through all these different emotions at the age of 22. I mean, at that age, we're like beginning to live our life and understand ourselves more and really coming into a woman, right? But that completely changed, and the recovery was very tough. I was self-medicating, I was doing drugs, I was doing a lot of things that I am not proud of. But at the age of 22, I wasn't even able to process or comprehend what I was going through with the loss of my arm. But I'm proud to say that I'm at a better place. I'm at the best place I've ever been in my entire life, because we just can't give up, right? I fell a lot. There were many times where, I didn't think I was able to move forward, but you know what? We must fall in order to reach our goals, but then we got to continue going. So it's all about not giving up. I did not give myself any other option but to not give up. And essentially, I wanted to be better instead of being bitter. So it's really all about evolving and training your mind to see the positive. I mean, it's crazy when I say I have to try to see the good in losing my arm, right? I mean, how insane. I never thought I would be at a place where I could actually say those words. But you know what? Now I'm just trying to take what I've learned, all the nuggets and all the lessons, and I'm trying to empower others to be better instead of being bitter.
Oh, that's so amazing. And I'm so happy that you went through that journey because, without that journey, you wouldn't be the person that you are today. Without that experience, you wouldn't have been able to overcome those strongholds and share it with women who are going through similar experiences. So kudos to you for that. And
Thank
speaking
you.
of being better and not bitter, please hashtag that. What
Yeah.
up with that concept? I know, of course, with your experience, but I mean, I feel like that's so marketable. Be better, not bitter. I love that.
Thank you so much. It's so insane because my first speaking engagement was at a national conference for mattress firm in front of 1,500 people. That was my first gig, right?
Congratulations.
So my talk was all about being better, not bitter, and the reason is because I remember how bitter I was during the loss of my arm. I was such in a dark place, and uh, it was it was not a good feeling. And I remember I was down in the dumps. I was angry. I actually lost some people around me as well because the way I was lashing out and communicating. And I remember how bitter I was. And at that turning point, when I landed in jail for an assault case, I told myself, during the night, I was crying. I woke up, I could barely open my eyes. They were so swollen. And I told myself, I need to be better. So then after that, I started chanting, be better, not bitter. And I've done some really cool stuff with that mantra. And I'm just excited. And, being better is not only for my story about losing a limb, but it's for adversity. We all go through battles, and somehow we want to end up on the other side, which is to be better, to be a better version of ourselves, to do better. So I feel like that's very fitting.
Suzanne, you're so great. I seriously love everything that you're saying. And the fact that you've been in jail and even overcoming that situation, using that time to really just meditate on, that you're not happy because of what's going on, but you can't change it. So let's change my perspective and who I am as a person and not take out that anger on other people. That's really, really strong of you. So for everybody watching, can you please tell us what is next for you?
Sure, I would love to, but real quick, you hit it on the head, buddy. I mean, you said it, it's about accepting your new reality. And that's something I just wasn't ready to do. Therefore, I wasn't ready to be vulnerable, self-medicating. I was doing all of these things, but it's so important to accept your new reality, to embrace yourself. And one quote I would love to share that is so powerful, that really resonated with me during my healing process was, if you do not give the pain the attention it needs, it will continue to return for resolution. So
Wow.
please make sure that you give that pain that attention. Be vulnerable. Share your emotions with those around you because you are loved and you are cared for and you are important. So make sure you take care of yourself
Oh,
and do
that's so
better.
beautiful. That really touched me. That's so true regarding pain, how it keeps coming back, but maybe in different forms. And same with life and problems. It's like you go through the same problem, but with different people or different circumstances. And it's exactly what you're saying. It's because it was never addressed. So it's
Absolutely.
occurring in your life. So that is, that's a
Absolutely. Address that pain, talk about it. And it's so hard for us to be vulnerable because naturally we want to be strong. We want to
yeah,
put on that facade. We're good. We're okay. We're fine. But, if you're going through something, address it, recognize it,
yeah,
right? Embrace it.
yeah.
And I'm praying for all of us. And yeah, so Your next question. I'm sorry, I got carried away.
No, it's okay. I mean, I feel like everyone who's watching is getting amazing gems from this. So thank you again for your time and for your knowledge and your expertise. We're really blessed to have you today. My next question was, what is next for you? What does Suzan have coming up next?
Awesome. You know what? So I am extremely excited for the future. I recently launched my very own candle collection. It's Be Better Boutique, and they're inspirational candles. And the most beautiful thing is there's a quote in back of each candle that ties to the scent. So they are just really empowered with love, and a portion of the proceeds go to the Amputee Coalition.
Oh,
So,
that's so
yes.
beautiful.
That's amazing. And I mentioned earlier, Be Better University, that is around the corner. We're going to have a library of courses to get you through life, to get you through the hard times. So I am just so ecstatic about that. I was going through the content recently, reviewing, the final phase. And I'll be honest with you, Francesca, I got so emotional because I started to think, if I had a resource like this after the loss of my arm, I feel like my recovery would have been completely different.
Wow.
But I knew I needed to share my experience, my pain, my sadness, to get people through a little bit easier, a little bit smoother. So Be Better University, the Be Better Boutique, also the nonprofit, I'm excited. So Be Better Group's nonprofit mission is we promote individual growth and wellness for those impacted by life's challenges. So I am excited to be able to help others that are less fortunate, to give back to the community, and to truly help people to be better, however that may look to them.
Yeah, like whatever Be Better means to you. Exactly.
Whatever it means to you. Let's do it together. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, love it. You're giving me all these hearts and bubbly emotions right now. Well, to everyone watching, thank you so much for tuning in today. And Suzan, thank you so much for joining us. You guys don't go anywhere. Up next, we have Fred Brandon, who's going to share with us about Get Wealthy Wednesday. So stay tuned.